Good morning, and thanks for joining us. I'm Veronica Brandon Miller.
And I'm Kelly Davis Strasbaugh.
And this is Goodwill, Minnesota's Good News,
where we get to share with you some of the good that's happening in our community.
And like I say, every week, there's so much good to share, and we have great stories, so thanks for
tuning in
and
coming we forget that it's not a live show
exactly.
sometimes,
but
we have a live audience,
right? Sharing the great stories with us, because that's how two of the people came on today.
Yes, absolutely.
So again, go to experiencegoodwill.org and reach out to us and share some of the good.
Yeah, we always tell people if you have a company that you like or work with, or an organization you're passionate about and you'd like to see them on our show, please reach out to us and let us know. So yeah, we have some great people. We have Jennifer Bryan from the Southeastern Guide Dogs, who is here with Chris McNamee. We actually have a puppy in the studio today, so I'm like super excited.
Very excited.
And then later we'll bring on Jenny from Music Compound. So we have a pretty good show today.
We have a great show.
Yes.
And we just want to remind you that every time you donate or shop at Goodwill, you're actually helping to create jobs in a more employable community.
That's one of the easiest ways to give back to your community is dropping off something at our stores or going in and finding some great addition to your home that you didn't have before that someone else donated. It's awesome. And so we always talk about partnerships that we have at Goodwill in addition to the ones we have in the community. So we have a partnership with Ave Maria Preparatory School, and they're amazing. So they have an event every year called the Miracle Fest. And this year they're honoring our VP of Mission, Margie Genter.
I know, which is great.
She deserves it, and she's awesome. So that's going to be March 9th. It's a Wednesday. It's going to be at Renaissance on 9th, so you'll need to get your tickets now.
Yeah, right now.
Right now.
Yes.
Right now. But you can watch our show first, and then you can go get your tickets. ExperienceGoodwill.org. You can go to our events page, and you can get your tickets there. It's going to be a great event. We work, I think right now we have about 9 or 10 of the students from Ave Maria actually working in our stores. And these are students with special needs, ages 6 to 22. The school is out in Mayaca, and it's just a great organization. They take kids, and they bring them to Goodwill, in addition to actually teaching them. And Billy, who spoke at the event last year,
oh, I know. I know we have pictures.
Yes, we have some awesome. There's some of the students. They're awesome. They have great personalities. They love getting a paycheck every week, and that's what your donations do. You allow us to have that partnership, and that's pretty great. Last year, our very own president and CEO, Bob Brzezinski, actually won the Archangel Award, so we're pretty excited to see that this year.
Yes, very exciting. So, why don't we start with our guests?
Yes. Jennifer Bryan and Chris McNamee from Southeastern Guide Dogs. Thank you all so much for being here today.
Well,
Thanks for
thank you
having
us.
And our little, we have
Max
a puppy.
is right here.
Max.
I know you can't see him, but when I go like this, I'm petting. Yeah. I'm petting the puppy. But anyway, so Jennifer, you're the special events director.
I am.
So there's so many wonderful things Southeastern Guide Dog does. Why don't you talk about the organization?
Well, Southeastern Guide Dogs provides seeing eye dogs for the visually impaired, and we also provide service dogs to veterans with PTSD. Our animals, some of them are career change. They go into law enforcement. Some serve as ambassadors, where they just get to visit the community and share the message of Southeastern Guide Dogs. And right now we are in our walkathon season. It's our largest fundraiser of the year, and we've got a couple that are going to be local.
Oh,
That's
wow.
awesome.
So look at the puppies.
Pictures. We love the pups. We love dogs.
Oh, yeah.
We should have dogs on our show every week.
Every week.
I love it. So, and I know we had talked before, just so we don't forget, because I know we're gonna show Chris's story in a second. But where do you get your funding?
Completely donated. We don't receive any government funding, and our dogs and all of the training that the dogs receive and the students, like Chris, it's provided at absolutely no cost to them. So we rely solely on the generosity of our donors and our fundraising efforts, such as the walkathon. And we have 2 of them here in the viewing area. One of them is going to be at Payne Park in Sarasota on March 19th.
Awesome.
And then we have a brand new event this year. It's going to be at the Greenbrook Adventure Park in Lakewood Ranch, because we've added 2 walkathons this year in an effort to reach our $1 million goal. So we brought in $835,000 last year with 7 events, so we've added 2 more to hit $1 million so that we can put more guide dogs and service dogs in the hands of those in need.
Oh, that's awesome.
Have you been to a walkathon?
Oh, yeah.
I need to go.
Why-
to
why
one.
are you looking?
I need to go to one because
Do I need to? Is that what you were saying?
Do I bring a dog? Do I bring my dog?
You can bring
Yeah.
your dog, absolutely, they're welcome. And while we do encourage fundraising through guidedogswalkathon.org, you don't have to
Okay.
pay to attend a walkathon. You just come on out, bring your dog. It's lots of fun.
That sounds fantastic. I'm probably gonna have to do the one in March. That
And
sounds like a lot of fun.
like-minded people. Man, this is like such a great
Mike-minded.
coffee. More coffee. Thank you.
It's a bright Sunday
But
morning.
it's
We
great
love it.
because it's animal lovers and just for a great cause. Now you were talking about graduate. What does that mean?
Chris?
Well, a graduate is a visually impaired person who has come to the campus for 26 days to learn how to use a guide dog that has already been trained, and you are bonding with the guide dog and learning how to use Max. I'm visually impaired. I actually have very little vision left, and I came to the school in March of 2007. I had never owned a dog in my life as a child. As an adult, we had 3 children. They were enough work. We did not have pets. So I was as concerned about my vision loss as I was about adopting, if you would, a large breed dog and making sure I knew how to care for that dog. So a graduate would spend 26 days on campus working with trainers, really from soup to nuts. Again, not only learning how to use the dog appropriately when in harness, but how to care for the dog when he's just being a dog.
Oh, wow. And it's free.
Absolutely free.
Wow. And when you say 26 days, I mean, are you like staying overnight there?
We are.
Is this-
There's dormitory style
Really?
building. Yes, absolutely. We have a wonderful chef. Well, the school has a wonderful chef. So you get your 3 meals a day. We have a school bus that takes us to different venues to walk and work to learn how to use your dogs. We start out in a calmer, pedestrian-friendly area in Bradenton, and then we graduate to shopping areas, malls, and so forth, and then we go to Sarasota and work in their downtown, and graduation is going to Tampa and working their downtown Main Street area. Yeah.
That's a well-earned graduation. I can barely handle myself in Tampa, let alone myself and a dog.
Oh, but that is so wonderful, and what a wonderful service. And I love your veterans program. What is it called?
Pause for Patriots.
That's it. Pause for Patriots. I know. Such an
That's
awesome
adorable.
program. So, for funding, we want to make sure everyone who's listening supports your organization. How can they?
Very simply, they can donate in many different fashions, walkathon being the most current since we're in walkathon season, but if people choose to donate specifically to Pause for Patriots, they can do that as well. If they want, if you raise $5,000, you can name a Southeastern Guide Dog's puppy.
Aww.
That's pretty special, and actually for companies, that's great marketing.
Oh my gosh.
Subaru is one of our biggest sponsors, and they have a little dog named Subi. So every time Subi's, in the community, and someone asks the individual with the dog, "What's your dog's name?" Subaru's getting an advertisement.
That is
so
brilliant.
it works for everyone.
Brilliant. Love
Little
that.
Goodwill, we're coming for
Yeah.
you.
There you go. That'd be great. I would love to see a puppy named
Goodwillie.
Goodwill.
Good Willie.
Good, Willie.
Can we rename Max? Just kidding. Just like no. That's really neat. So Chris, where did you learn about Southeastern Guide Dogs?
I actually internet Googled it. I had a progressive degenerative disease. It's called retinitis pigmentosa. It's hereditary. My father suffered from it, and out of his 6 children, 2 of us inherited it. And I lived in central Wisconsin. I didn't know another visually impaired person, and my vision began to deteriorate. I actually haven't driven since 1993, but as a pedestrian, I did pretty well until about 2005. And then I was starting to have more and more accidents with things that were not seeing in my path. And when I ended up in the ER getting stitches in my eye, I was like, okay, I have to do something. And I started out with a blind cane, and that was not a good experience for me. I just feel like the public really isn't familiar with the significance of a blind cane. And so I internet searched guide dog schools, found Southeastern Guide Dogs, found what a wonderful program they have. Actually came and interviewed the school ahead of time, and was scheduled for class in March of 2007, and spent my 26 days on campus with Max.
And so you've had Max since 2007.
Yep.
Oh, that's like longer than any of my relationships.
That's
Well,
great.
Max has allowed me to go from that kind of Gerald Ford parody on SNL of being clumsy to being able to have my mobility back. I've been able to actually travel internationally. We've been to Mexico, we've been to Spain, we've been to Italy. My oldest daughter, Leah, decided they wanted to elope, if you will, to Italy on the Amalfi Coast. And so I was able to walk down about 79 steps at her outdoor wedding with her at my side, not being feeling like she was walking me down the aisle at her wedding, rather that with Max confidently I was walking her down the aisle. So we've traveled internationally, we traveled nationally. My grandchildren are in Seattle, so we go there several times a year. Max is a very good traveler.
I love that. I think it was fascinating because we were talking before, because Max is just kind of like relaxed, and you said people often think that she's asleep.
Max and really all guide dogs are trained that when they're in harness, they're in work mode. And it actually starts as a puppy. You've probably seen the ads with the little blue coats or seen them in training. We actually have little blue coats for the little puppies so that they get used to wearing something. But as they go through their training, they begin to associate, when I'm wearing my cape, as we like to call it, I can't do certain things. I can't relieve myself, I can't eat, I can't socialize with other people. And then when they're old enough and come back to the school for more harness training, as we call it, that association is moved to the harness. So when they're in harness, they can't do certain things as well. And part of that training is in an environment such as we're experiencing right now. Max has to be very calm. I call it his little doggy coma. Even though he's not tired, he's exhibiting his training to simply be calm, and our viewers wouldn't even know that he's sitting here patiently waiting for me to get up and guide me to where I'm off to next.
And it's no small task to train a dog. They begin hands-on with the puppies at 3 days old. And it's tens of thousands of dollars per dog to train them. So it's a significant investment, and then to just give it to somebody, it's a wonderful feeling to see them with their independence restored, walking with their head up again instead of looking down at the ground because they're holding on to a harness.
Now, when Max gets home, you take off the harness and
He's just a dog.
Max is a very well-behaved dog, but yes, he actually is out of harness more than he's in harness. So he has a very good life. He's very well behaved. We have dog friends that he likes to hang out with. He loves to chase his Kong, that little toy. So he gets a lot of exercise, he gets a lot of freedom. But I actually encountered someone once, I didn't know, just came up to me off the street and said, "I'm glad you have a service dog, but don't you feel bad he's a beast of burden?" And I was like, "You really don't know the program, you don't know the heart of these dogs." Max loves to work. Even today, I went outside to get something, and he went and sat by the car door like, "Okay, I'm ready to go, I'm ready to go." He does not want to be left home alone. He gets to go everywhere I go. How many dogs have been able to go to Mexico, Spain, and Italy, and all over the United States?
Not mine.
He is not a beast. He's had Italian, he's had Mexican. He loves to work, he loves to travel. He's a very happy dog.
Well, this is such an amazing organization, and I, again, implore everyone who's listening to go onto their website, sign up for the walkathon, become a donor. Are you looking for volunteers?
Always.
Always. And what's
We're
the
looking
website?
for puppy raisers.
Okay, the puppy huggers. I heard
puppy
about that.
hugging.
I'm really into that.
Yeah.
We're going to have to talk about that. You go there and you hug puppies all day long.
Yes, you do.
It's true.
The public is allowed to come in and visit our dogs from about 6 weeks to 10 weeks of age prior to them being paired with a puppy raising family. And we call it puppy mugging. You can just sit on the floor and the puppies come and jump all over you.
So, and where can we find out more information if we need to know?
For the walkathon, guidedogswalkathon.org. Southeastern in general, guidedogs.org.
All right.
And we do need volunteers for our walkathon. So at guidedogswalkathon.org, there's a volunteer tab.
Perfect.
And as Jennifer said, our Sarasota event will be March 19th, and our Lakewood Ranch is April 9th.
Well, we look forward to seeing you there. Me and Jax will be there.
Yeah,
Great.
And thank you so much for coming on the show.
Well, thanks
love
for
it.
having
We
us.
always learn something new,
learn
and I love the all the ads and the billboards every time I see
So
the
cute.
puppies.
So
yeah.
cute. So as much as we love Max, we're going to bring on our next guest. Oh, and you guys too, of course. We're going to bring on our next guest, Jenny Townsend. She's the founder and owner of Music Compound.
She has many things going on.
So, welcome. Thank you, ladies. Thanks for having me. I don't have dogs, but I have kids.
Oh, well, get out. Just kidding. So tell us about how you started Music Compound and tell us more about it. I'm really
Do we
excited.
have that much time?
Yeah, I just got this.
Well, Music Compound, first of all, it provides music education for all ages. So we do infants all the way to retirees, all instruments, beginner to advanced. How this concept came about was back in 2009 when I was waiting tables, going to USF, and there seemed to be a need for studio rentals for bands, for teachers, etc. And there was nothing in Sarasota at that time. And so my brain started thinking, well, I'll rent a storage unit, I'll rent it to these bands after hours, which would be like from 10 p.m. to like 2 a.m. And I'm like, okay, well, how can we generate money during the day to pay for the storage unit? So I did some more research, and there was not really much music education for students or kids in the area. So there was a few music stores that provided music education, but nothing that allowed children to connect with other children in an open setting and really learn from each other, or adults as well, or open forum where they could be just free and creative. Most of the music schools just turned out lessons every 30 minutes, every 45 minutes. So I really wanted to provide an environment where they can inspire, collaborate, and educate one another in an open setting. So at that time, I was traveling all across the country. So anytime I was in a city, I would Google to see if there was like a music school or a studio, and I would tour it, get pricing, get everything I needed to know to bring it back here to Sarasota. So like a year and a half ago, I resigned from my nonprofit job, and we've been working on developing Music Compound, and we opened doors January 4th.
That is, I just think that's phenomenal. I think, especially in Sarasota, I see there's so many like young entrepreneurs, and I think that's just really amazing. So the fact that you saw a need for something, and then you went out and did it, and you researched it, and that's cool. Like, how many people get to say that at such a young age that they like started this awesome company, and now you're doing great things? I just think that's great.
So let me get this. What are the hours of Music Compound?
So it varies. So 9 a.m. to about 9 p.m. Monday through Friday, and then on Saturdays we're there till 4. Another part of my business is to rent studios to teachers with their own clientele that need a professional studio. So let's say you're giving lessons out of your home, or you're driving from this house to this house to this house. Consider Music Compound as a resource that you can rent by the hour. So some of my teachers have their own hours. They have access to the studio, and then we're able to, offer their students different services that they don't offer. So for instance, we do a lot of workshops. So in March, we have blues in the schools, which is great. We have a blues musician coming in. They'll do a blues song. They break it down, how it was composed. And then our kids will be able to jam out to blues music. So that's actually awesome. March 16th. We're doing that during spring break from 9:30 to noon. It's on a Wednesday. It's free to Music Compound members, and then it's $15 for non-members. So it's a great thing for children to do during spring break if it's cloudy out.
Exactly.
And then so cool.
And then we're also doing workshops that most teachers can't really offer when they're traveling from home to home or doing it out of their own house. Is navigating your college career, which is really, really important. It's a resource for high school students here in the area. Most of them want to go to college for school or go to college for music, but they don't know the path. So what we're doing is we're hosting a workshop March 26th at 4:30 p.m. That is for parents and their child. It's really, really important that they both understand the commitment, the time, and the application process, the audition process. You're probably very familiar with this too, aren't you? So it's really, really important to educate them on that as well. The cost for that is $30 per family. So as you can see, we offer different types of education. It's not just your private lessons, your traditional. It's really about providing an opportunity, no matter what your musical interest is, connecting you with other musicians, and I'll keep going as well. But I'm sure, because you have a music background, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But yes, for anybody who didn't know, Veronica has a musical background.
But this is fabulous. I mean, where were you when I was growing up? And I'm thinking of all these up-and-coming bands that need a place.
Right.
Would you like to sing in my band? Is that it?
Yeah, we're going to start a band right now. We know where we're going to go.
All right.
I just think that's,
But that is fabulous. And I know recently you had an open mic.
I did, yes.
I love
yes.
open mics.
Well, we had our first open mic 2 Fridays ago. We have our next one March 11th as well. Yes, here's some students that are actually performing. Those two guys, Max is on the left and Camden is on the right. Both of them are seniors. Max is a senior at Sarasota High and Camden is a senior at Cardinal Mooney. And they were both on the lineup, but they didn't have anyone to perform with. So basically what I did is I had Camden come in, we called Max, Camden is a songwriter, just applied to Berkeley and a few other colleges. Max just applied to UF. We're hoping he gets in the engineering program there. So they met at the studio at noon on Friday and basically worked on their set and did a 30-minute segment in our open mic. And then we had 12 other students from 6 area high schools. We had middle schoolers there. Many of them have never performed before. So these open mics give them an opportunity to showcase their skill set in front of their friends and family, give them an opportunity to build on the stage presence, their confidence, and really get them prepared, whether they're auditioning for the school play, the band, or if they're going to be going off to college for an audition as well.
Oh, that's
This young
fabulous.
lady.
And that's Miley. She's at Riverview and she does vocals, and she was on the lineup. Her friend Alaska was on the lineup. She goes to Booker. She's in the VPA program. And they didn't know each other were performing, and then it was
So
we made
this is
that
really a
connection.
musical, matchmaking system.
It's really about just connecting those dots and really giving them an opportunity to showcase their talents, grow individually, and then give them a safe place to hang out. Our music lounge is one of my favorite components of the music compound, and that is an open area. It's similar to a coffee shop or tea house without the coffee and tea. And literally we have guitars on the walls. You'll see in some of the pictures that we had up there. And they can just pick up an instrument, start playing it. They can practice in that lounge prior to the lesson, or post-lesson they can implement the skills just learned. So it's just an amazing place.
That
I
is
encourage everyone to
fabulous.
come take a tour of the music compound.
And where are you located?
We're located on Cattleman, 1747 Cattleman Road between Bee Ridge and Fruitville.
Sure.
It is in the industrial area, but we need that type of space for our monthly concerts that we'll be having monthly. So definitely stop by for a tour or sign up for a workshop or just come on in.
So membership is?
So the memberships range from $99 to $500. I've structured those so that they're after school, some of
Okay.
them. That
Per
way,
month,
per
or-
month, right. So
Okay.
your child can come 1 day, 2 days, or 5 days a week for up to 3.5 hours per day.
Wow.
So it doesn't matter what time they get out of school, they'll still get those hours. And that will incorporate the private lesson. We do group lessons as well. We have a different instrument every 6 weeks. So that allows you to become very diverse, figure out the right instrument prior to making a large investment. So it includes
Smart.
That is
the
very
workshops, the open mic nights. So we just really want people to come and hang out. And we want parents to feel safe leaving their child there. Go run your errands, go do everything else. Let your child connect and work on those social skills. They're all connected to those phones, and the social skills for some of them
Yeah.
needs to
Yeah.
increase.
And I just think it's great, like you said. It's cool that you had an idea and you put it into work, but it's just giving them that spot. Because if you have a student from Booker and a student from Sarasota High, there's when are they ever going to get together and
Exactly.
collaborate and start something that could turn into something
That is
potentially
a
great?
great
and the
idea.
fact that I like that you said that about the investment with the instruments, because not only are you helping the parents save money in that aspect, but also with that college course. I think that's brilliant because I applied. I went to USF. I didn't know what I was doing, and
Right.
having that kind of a. I mean, I didn't go for music. I went for comedy. So. No, but so do you have a musical background then, obviously?
I actually do not.
You
I just
don't?
have a love for music. I have a
Okay.
passion for connecting individuals and providing an opportunity. My parents gave me the best childhood. I mean, literally, I was in 4-H, I was in sports, I went to private school. They gave me every opportunity as possible. Some individuals don't have that same
Right.
opportunity, and that's what I want to provide. And one of the girls that performed at our open mic night, she lives with her grandparents and she wants music education. So we're going to be providing opportunity for her in exchange for her obviously working for us, and then giving back, because we're doing a couple events and we're working with a couple organizations and implementing some music programs where they're lacking.
Oh, what's coming up?
So we
For adults.
For adults.
Yes.
For adults. Well, we have
in case any of our viewers would like to know.
So we have group lessons for adults, but we also have jam sessions, which are on Wednesdays, and it's from 7 to 9 p.m., and each Wednesday has a different theme. So we're doing classical rock, southern rock, blues, country, jazz, whatever you're into, then you would come on that Wednesday. So you get to actually meet other adults that have a music interest, and you don't have to have a lot of skill set, but you can just come and have fun and just really jam out. And then the group lessons, and we'll have some workshops for adults as well, but there's nothing on the schedule as of today. But we've got other events we're involved in. We're doing Art Slam, which is March 5th, and that's a very interactive event. So we're crafty musicians, so we're making instruments out of crafts, And then we're doing a partnership with Girls Inc. right now. So their annual luncheon, which is April 1st at the Ritz-Carlton, their girls are going to be rocking the stage. So
That is
Oh my gosh,
awesome.
I love it.
Now,
I
what's
love
your
it.
website?
I'm sold.
So our website is musiccompound.com. We are on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Periscope, all
Music
the social.
Compound.
Musiccompound.com.
That is awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for having me.
I love learning so many things.
Well, I hope to see you on stage or in the audience soon, for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
In the audience, I like how she did it. That was obviously a dig at me. We'll see you in the audience.
Yeah. Now, I
row.
know we were showing a lot of pictures, and they already threw the picture up of Tech
Yes.
Connection. So why don't you talk about it?
So you guys know about our refurbished computer program, Tech Connection. It's at our Ranch Lake store, which is located right off of 75 and 70. You can find all the locations on our website, experiencegoodwill.org. So we've talked about Tech Connection before, but we actually started offering services and repairs.
I
That was for you,
love
Jenny.
every time. Yeah. She always has the. Usually she dances
Consider
to
that
it
my
too.
audition. This is one of our employees,
Yeah.
Brendan. This Tech Connection program has been great because we've been able to refurbish computers, as you probably already know, because we say it 100 times. We work with Microsoft. We are a Microsoft registered refurbisher. So we are able to take your computers. They go through a 3-path DoD, Department of Defense wipe. It is super secure. We take out the hard drives if you want to donate them. You know, whatever you feel best. So we actually can resell them. But now we do services and programs. So just to give you guys like a rundown, there are kind of like additional various repairs that start around like $39.99 per hour. So I'm gonna round it up and say 40. They have virus removal, data recovery, installations, repairs, and upgrades. So pretty much anything you need. They actually do game disc repair, Blu-ray repair, DVDs, and that starts at like $1 per disc. And then some of the more intense stuff
great.
is like $20, $50. So so they're starting to do that now. We're really excited about that.
Yeah.
That's a really great addition.
Oh, it is. And again, it's at the Goodwill on 70 and 75 in the Ranch Lake Shopping Center.
Yep.
It's fantastic. And you're going to
great.
see so many awesome deals while you're in there also.
Oh yes, I mean we have sales all the time, and you always make sure you check. Oh, there's the Tech Connection right there. That's when it first opened. So, we've just been adding more things. You can get components. You can get pretty much anything you need. Whether you're looking to just buy a computer, it's your first one. You don't really want to spend a lot of money, or you can actually go get your computer serviced. So please check that out. Details on our website, experiencegoodwill.org, and please share your photos on Facebook with us.
Absolutely.
Because we love when people buy. I had a guy who posted on our Facebook page that he bought like a whole desktop and like put it together and like made it all fancy and saved a lot of money on it.
Oh, I love it.
I love it.
And then when you go to the Music Compound, make sure you go home, then go to Goodwill, buy that mic so you can practice a little bit more.
Headphones.
You know, see, there you go.
Oh, some records.
Earplugs. Anyway, I'm kidding.
I was turning tables over here.
I don't
and
know
of
what that
course,
was.
Anytime you donate or shop, you help us change lives through the power of work, and we love you for that.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
So, again, thank you for joining us. We hope we share some wonderful new things with you. I know I learned a lot with the guide dogs and Music Compound. So,
Love it.
we're going to be there on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Hope to see you there, right?
Right.
Anyway, thanks and see you next week.